Hello, I'm Andrew Smith from the Open University Cisco Academy. In this video, I'm going to do a very simple example of port security and just play around with it a little bit. As you can see, I've got an unconfigured switch here. I've done nothing clever on it yet. The interfaces are up. If I just type in enable and do show MAC address, sorry, as soon as you've got to type that, you'll see it's empty at the moment. And if I go into PC0, I can see it's 10.0.0.1 and PC1 it's 10.0.0.2. So I'm going to just quickly ping across and populate that table for us. So now if I go into here and hit the up arrow, we can see that we've got the MAC addresses of the PCs. We can prove that just by hovering over, and you can just about spot the MAC addresses B770 and 8809, and if I just do that, you can see B770 and 8809. So you can see PC1 is on port 1 and PC0 is on port 1 and PC1 is on port 24. So I've kept it as uncomplicated as I would like. So I'm going to do a little bit of port security on FA01, just the PC0 to the left hand side. So enable conft int FA01, and then I'm going to do switch port security. And you see the error message that is talked about in the curriculum because it's a dynamic port. It's supposed to learn whether it's a trunk or an access port. So switch port should be now, let's check on it. So it should be switch port mode access. And then I should now hit the up arrow a couple of times and do port security, and Bob's your auntie. You British will understand that. It's all set up. Now I am actually going to do switch port security MAC address, and then I am actually going to set up a very specific MAC address of AAAA BBBB CCCC. Okay, and then hit enter and write. Okay, so nothing too clever there. And if I do now show port security, you see nothing's happening yet. If I do short port security address, you can see it's a secured configured system. I haven't set any other limits up at the moment, but if I now try and do a ping, there you go, look, do you see what just happened to the interface on the left hand side? It just shut it down straight away. It threw it out for me because it's like, oh my god, it's a MAC address that I do not recognize. And so it's done a little bit of a throw out straight away. And if I go into here, you can see it's changed the interface to down. So I'm just going to write the config int FA01 shut. Yeah, and it's down because it's a blocked, it's a protected port. I haven't set any timeouts or anything like that. So just to make sure that life is simple for this activity, I'm just going to power cycle the devices and rush through it quickly and let it renegotiate. Okay, so that I've got that all set. Now, again, if I show my config, so if I enable and do a show run, so I've still got the same setup. I've still got it protected, okay? But I am actually going to go into this device now, into config, into interface, and I've got to change that to be AAA, BBBB, CCCC. That, and then go into desktop prompt, enter a couple of times, and then ping 10.0.0.2. Of course, it's allowed at this time because it's a good address. Okay, now this was really simple. This was a really simple config, but it proves the point very adequately based on the rules within the Cisco curriculum. Now you can set up agent, you can set up sticky, you can set up the maximum number, you can set up rules for different switches, different ports, different VLANs, and so on and so on. But just in that one simple example, you saw how the Cisco packet tracer switch immediately did exactly what we wanted it to do. So it's not the most complicated of examples, but it's a very good example. So thank you very much. I'm Andrew Smith from the Open University, and hopefully you found this to be quite useful.